The movie starts with an attempt by a group of detectives to catch a drug dealer. The suspect and his gambling friends are startled when someone kicks the ventilation fan from outside. When one of the men opens the window, he sees Detective Jang in black without any cleaning kit and suspects that she is not a window cleaner but a police officer. Being exposed, Detective Jang reveals that her intention is to catch only the drug dealer alone. As the drug dealer tries to escape through the door, she tells him that it is useless as all the escape routes have been blocked, which is guarded by Detective Young Ho and Detective Jae-hoon. Trusting her, the man then opens another window and reveals Captain Go's position, the leader of the squad. Feeling so disappointed by the squad, the drug dealer describes that if they try to rappel down with rope, then they should enter the building while breaking through the window, pulling their baton and subdue their target confidently. Captain Go answers that they didn't do it to minimize property damage. The suspect then plans to use his bag as a bumper to jump down and get ready to escape. As Captain Go gives the signal for the squad to enter the room, the suspect immediately jumps through the window as he planned. The squad continues to pursue him. Captain Go tries to rappel down to chase him but is then injured as he falls down. As the rest of the squad chases him, the suspect tries to steal a car from a woman, but then he is dragged out back from the car. After a few seconds of awkward pauses, they continue to chase him. Then they see another one of their teammates, Detective Ma, riding a motorcycle from the side and hit the suspect with the bike. As Detective Ma searches for a handcuff, he is tasered by the suspect. The suspect continues to run and get hit by a bus, which continues to become a chaotic chain of car accidents. Back at the office, their superior reads the report aloud, dumbfounded how the whole squad tries to catch just one person, but ends up almost killing him, and while trying to minimize property damage, causing 16 car accidents. He also mentions that Captain Choi, who is Captain Go's junior, has been promoted for his huge achievements within the last 2 months while Captain Go still stays a captain for many years. He then casts them out of the room in anger. While squabbling among themselves, the squad meets with Captain Choi and his team. Captain Go calls out to him and asks if he has any lead information 2 months ago, why he didn't mention anything and asks for a collaboration. Captain Choi answers because he wanted to catch the criminal and that Captain Go has a knack for screwing up operations. He also mentions there is only one captain here now, since he has been promoted, and invites them to join him to celebrate his promotion. Being reluctant for a while, the squad ends up joining them. In the restaurant, Captain Choi gives Captain Go an information piece, saying that a drug lord named Mu Bae has a right-hand man called Hong who has just been released from prison 6 months ago. He says Hong has been lying low while recruiting thugs, and he has a premonition that Hong is waiting for Mu Bae to return to Korea before doing drug crimes, suggesting maybe Captain Go can capture Mu Bae and he will capture Hong. The squad then does surveillance around the area. While Detective Ma is using binoculars to check the area, he is suspected as a pervert by the neighboring lady and reported to the police. But, thankfully the issue is resolved quickly as the squad shows their IDs. They continue their surveillance the next day until night, and just as they discuss how this might be a useless case to pursue, Mu Bae appears in the area. Being more motivated by the appearance of their target, they discuss how they could enter the building and coincidentally sees a food delivery courier enter the building. They ask the chicken restaurant owner whether he does delivery especially to the building across. The owner replies that the building across is the only place which orders deliveries from his restaurant. As they try to apply for part-time delivering foods as undercover, the restaurant owner says that today is his last day opening the business and he is selling the place since the business is empty. Detective Jae-hoon suggests a stupid idea which maybe they can buy the place and runs the chicken restaurant themselves, but after thinking about it, Detective Jang explains maybe it is not a bad idea since the restaurant is empty and the building is the only place which order from this restaurant. To proceed with this, Captain Go requests backup funds from his superior but it is declined as they don't have a good performance record. In the end, Captain Go uses his retirement fund as a deposit to buy the restaurant, saying if they fail to catch Mu Bae, then he gets to quit and opens a chicken restaurant anyway. They set up a wiretap in their investigation-related workspace, yet somehow customers keep coming and disturb their investigation process. Concerning this, Detective Ma asks who will cook the chicken if customers order them. Detective Jang says they can just order from somewhere else and repackage it. At that moment, they hear a dispute voice from the wiretap. Turns out the thugs are fighting over the TV remote. The dispute escalates and ends up being told by Hong, the right-hand man of Mu Bae, to just fight each other to see who deserves to take control. Through the wiretap, they hear Hong orders the losers to buy some chickens for takeout. They hurried to hide the investigation documents and lock the door, but before the door is locked, the neighboring lady from before comes in and complains about their trash being left out on the front. Surprised to see Detective Ma again, she tries to call the police again, but Captain Go explains that they actually wanted to purchase this restaurant. That's why they previously surveyed the surrounding area. Realizing she misunderstood Detective Ma, She orders some chicken from them, but being told they currently don't have any chicken ready yet as they just opened. At that moment, the thugs from across arrive and the lady tells them that they don't have chicken right now. Frustrated, Captain Go shops for cooking ingredients and tells everyone in the squad to try frying some chicken to pick the one that tastes the best. As the results are presented, one of them doesn't even cook properly, one of them tastes terrible and another one is burnt. But somehow the last one they tried tastes so good and turns out it is the one Detective Ma fried, therefore he is chosen as the cook. When a set of customers comes in, they order for sauce-glazed fried chicken. Realizing they haven't thought about making any sauce, they decide to use sauce meant for marinating ribs, which is from Detective Ma's family recipe. As the customers try it, they really love it and business flourish in an instant. The tables are full and people even queue at the front of the restaurant. When a TV producer comes and proposes to feature the restaurant in his show, Captain Go rejects the offer and sends them out since he wants to keep their profile as low as possible. This hurts the TV producer and makes him feel humiliated. At night, Detective Young Ho spots Mu Bei in the area and attempts to contact the squad. But none of the squad member answers him due to the restaurant being so packed with customers. Detective Young Ho decides to tail them alone and loses them in an intersection. Coming back to the restaurant frustrated, he complains why no one is answering his calls when he saw Mu Bei. In response, each member also confides about how hectic it is to run the restaurant. Inside a penthouse, Hong is annoyed by the financial report of his subordinate, telling him to hire a middleman to help him. The man replies that it is hard to find a middleman as Ted Chang, Mu Bei's rival, has been going around threatening everyone. The last person he could hire got hit by a bus, referring to the drug dealer caught by the squad early in the movie. To show his violence, Mu Bei asks for a knife and cuts Hong's leg. He then asks his guard to cut Hong's leg even further. Surprised by the situation, the man asks for forgiveness and suggests to forget about finding a middleman and just sell directly. Back at the restaurant, to prevent customers from coming, they increase the menu's price to be so high. But to their surprise, this strategy put the restaurant into an even bigger spotlight. People dub the place as Emperor's Chicken and keep posting on their social media, causing more people to come to the restaurant. Despite that, they have never received an order from the thugs across the road. Being called to the office, their superior reveals that he wanted to disband the squad as what they do so far is fruitless. But Captain Go's phone keeps ringing and disrupts what his superior is trying to say. When he finally picks it up, it turns out the caller is from the people across the restaurant and they hurried back to the restaurant leaving their superior alone. After making the preparations, they go to deliver the chicken order. When the door opens, Captain Go sees the neighboring lady and some people cleaning the room. Asking where the people who usually live here are, the lady answers that they have just moved out today. Hitting rock bottom, the captain can just laugh out loud, saying they should enjoy their last moment as a squad together, quit becoming cops and run the chicken business for real because it is doing well. Turns out the TV producer from before, out of humiliation, defames their restaurant saying that they are increasing their price while actually ordering from other places to fill their orders, causing the business to drop. But at that moment, one of Mu Bei's subordinates enters the restaurant, and offers to purchase the restaurant's brand and turn it into a franchise, saying that although the restaurant is hit by a scandal, this is actually a good opportunity for an investor like him to bounce back the business. But in fact, Mu Bei uses the restaurant as an undercover business for supplying the drugs around. And to prevent further conflict with his rival Ted Chang, Mu Bei and his guard go to give him a visit. Revealing the truth behind the restaurant, he makes a proposal to work together. Suspecting something is wrong as the restaurant, the squad carries out a reconnaissance on the business, and finds out something strange. A customer is throwing away the chicken package right after receiving it from the courier. As they investigate the customers who order the chicken delivery, they find out that they are mostly drug addicts. When Detective Ma tries to find some information from the restaurant, he ends up playing mahjong with the employees, and as he goofs around, he exposes his identity and ends up getting caught. When Mu Bei finds out that Detective Ma is a police officer, he goes into a rage and tells Hong to lure the other cops in and kill them, making Ted Chang take the fall and run away with the money. As they go to the office of Mu Bei's subordinate, they find the place empty and receive a video call revealing that Detective Ma is in their hand. When Hong goes to his mom's house to get some money that he hid there, Captain Choi shows up with his team trying to catch him. The place turns into a fighting ground, and as Hong comes out from the house, Captain Choi and his team are already beaten up. As Captain Choi aims to shoot at the car, a school bus appears and hits the car. As the injured Detective Ma tries to break himself free, one of the criminals notices him and tries to hit him. But he managed to break free in time, and defeat all the criminals surrounding him while revealing that he was in the national judo team, and continues to chase after the criminals. The squad tries to rescue Detective Ma using his phone's location, and is confused as his location moves toward and passes them, since Detective Ma is holding on to the back of the criminal's truck. Arriving at a port, Detective Ma sees Mu Bei meet up with Ted Chang. As they are doing their drug transaction, They get alerted after hearing the police siren sound coming from Detective Ma's phone. Mu Bei shoots Ted Chang at the legs and the two sides begin fighting. The squad finally arrives at the location and Captain Go sends a picture of the situation to Captain Choi, and he rushes to the location with his team. The whole squad gathers and gets ready to fight while Mu Bei offers Ted Chang to them and asks them to just let him go. Captain Go declines and the fight starts. While Captain Choi's teammates worry about the situation, Captain Choi answers that it is manageable, since Captain Go's squad is actually filled with crazy people. Detective Ma is an ex-national judo athlete. Detective Young Ho is an ex-UDT police with rumors that he has killed people before. Detective Jang is a Muay Thai Asian champion who was nicknamed Jang Bok after Ong Bok. Detective Jae-hoon was in the baseball league and grew resilient to blows. Lastly, Captain Go, nicknamed Zombie after surviving 12 stab wounds during the last 20 years, he is with Major Crimes Division. Feeling pressured, Mu Bei attempts to escape with his guard. Captain Go chases after him but he is confronted by Mu Bei's guard. Detective Ma comes to aid Captain Go but also ends up getting beaten. Until finally Detective Jang comes and defeats her. Boarding a ship, Mu Bei is surprised to see Captain Go is also aboard the ship. The two keep fighting until Captain Go is finally able to subdue him. When Captain Choi arrives at the location, he sees the group of criminals already being tied up by the squad. For their big achievement, the entire squad gets a special promotion. Captain Go's superior is getting excited since he is the one who assembled the squad together. The squad receives their promotion, turns around and gives a salute. Leave a like if you enjoy the video, and subscribe for more videos like this.